Tomorrow they'll be presentating.
Who's coming?
Presentating.
Oh, Russell
Yes,
Bevan.
yes,
Check
one.
Steve Pride. Jennifer Williams.
Check
is
one.
coming for Zeitgeist.
So who's it? Yes. Which one?
Zeitgeist
Yes.
for Jennifer Williams will be there and her husband.
Yes.
Always
We do the
Craig.
Venus
who comes with all
flytrap
the
show
Summers
tonight,
of
man.
Mine.
It's like 2 a.m. Everybody's on the sofa getting weird right about now, man.
And they taste our wines first and then do all those people?
Yeah, basically we taste all the single wines.
Hey,
and then
where's
start
the
coming
hookah?
out.
I'm out of the way.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I mean, this whole presenting stuff started like 3 years ago,
That's fucking stupid.
and so now, we were talking like Vineyard 29, and like they have everyone on
Cassis.
10,
Yes.
10 minutes. That's all you
Yes.
get. And
Cassis.
because some of these
That's my safe word.
Yeah.
especially if you've got more than
Did she
3
bring the
wine
hookah?
brands.
The hookah?
Yeah,
I
the
have fun with
hookah.
it. It's nice to taste what everyone's doing.
all-
But
It drops from the ceiling like oxygen on the airplane now.
let's go. Noah does a fair job of presenting all the
This
wines.
is not right.
Is that microphone
The light-
close enough to your
I
participants?
know. My nipples are sweaty.
Yeah.
It is? All right.
What are we good with?
6, 12, 1, like what are we?
Right there.
So right before the truck hits you, you have to look like a deer.
International.
So we're talking that way?
Yeah,
What's that one?
nothing. And that one's no legal.
At least it's not up my skirt.
So would we better to have the cord under the table, or should I just swipe all the glasses off the table until I hand it over,
I feel
man?
like that's what they do to you when they sweat you out in jail.
I know, that's why men's.
Oh, so I should sit up straight.
Actually,
top of the
yeah.
foundation.
Thing going or something?
It's gonna.
I almost want to put on my sunglasses.
Take off my panties.
Or just let's just.
Yeah.
Can we do pantless wine tasting?
Yes.
It is in the dark after all.
Hey, grab lights and take my pants off.
I know, I was considering the same thing. That's what you underwear.
Whose,
That's for you, actually.
whose hand is that tasting?
Go! We need another set of glasses.
No.
There he is.
Oh,
Hi.
hey guys. Are we on?
Just when you thought you escaped, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm leaving.
Wait, Garrett, do you want my cocktail? You don't go on camera for that.
Yes.
Quiet on the set. Shh. Christopher?
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tasting in the Dark.
Come on, you can do better than that. Really?
Tonight's participants, contestants, here's what we're going to do at 1313 Main Street in Napa. My guest panelist tastings are going to go through 6 wines tonight. They're going to taste them blind. They're going to tell us good, bad, indifferent, and poetic. They're going to shine the flashlight into the closet of mediocrity and bring out the great wines for us to taste tonight. Gentlemen, let us spend a few minutes and introduce our panel of tasters tonight. We'll start on the far left here and ask Sean Larkin, why are you here and why do we care?
Good question. Why am I here? I'm here to support my friend DDA ToutSuite.
Nice. It's the last time you used your Safeway Club card, I know.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it just meant 3 cents less on my gasoline, and here I am at ToutSuite, I know.
Next.
Okay.
Next already.
Mr. Mossy, would you like to tell us what you're up to here tonight?
I'm here to kiss face with Jordan and
Nice.
some great wines. 'cause
A moment of silence and a round of applause for the best dressed man tonight at the ToutSuite show. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Now, 2 words, double Windsor. Okay, there we go. Brian Page.
Talk to me.
You look so different without a guitar. What's going on with you tonight?
I'm comic relief. What are you talking about?
Nice.
I'm here because I was forced here. I'm actually duct taped to this chair right now.
Nice. You checked the wrong box on your Oakland donation card? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, good
Yeah.
man. All right, now, so before we get started, let us do a quick introduction for our wine host this evening from 1313 Main Street. And then we're going to start, which is 6 wines in 20 minutes? 15 minutes. Hold on, we've got to have better, more high-pressure theme music. But before you start tasting, quick introduction from our wine providers.
I'm Brian.
Who are you and why are you here?
I had nothing better to do.
How did you get in?
Okay. How did I get in? I'm not sure still.
Excellent. How about yourself?
He came because I needed him to come. He's emotional support. It's like a
Service.
service.
So he's a hitchhiker.
It's like a service dog.
Okay. Service dog. Excellent. I hear the training's getting more elaborate. We should talk about that later. And wait a minute, because I like to see the clock at about the right time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start tasting immediately. Go. Are you done?
Yes.
I'm sorry, okay. I thought you were professionals. Okay, talk to us. What is the nature of your operation, 1313 Main Street? These are offered, what wines are they tasting tonight?
Most of these wines are going to be offered by the glass.
You said most.
Yes, we've got a couple in there that are not offered by the glass, but most you'll find by the glass.
Okay.
I think 1 or 2.
Excellent, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the truth a problem for you?
The truth.
Yes, definitely. Most definitely.
So is the word most something you use often?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
That's what I'm finding now,
Okay.
actually.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Who are you and why are you here tonight?
I'm here because I love Didier and I wanted to come spend Monday here drinking fantastic wine. Well, they're my wines, but I think they're good.
Nice. Did you actually provide most of the wines that they're tasting tonight?
They were all from our restaurant.
Yes.
They all
Who does the actual tasting before the wine show up?
me. And then if Brian likes them, Brian actually is the gatekeeper. If Brian likes them, we bring them. Brian is the best.
So you taste them first,
I taste them,
and then what happens?
and then they go to Brian.
And how often do you disagree?
Not very often.
Yeah, most of the time they pass the test.
That's why he's looking for it.
Is there a theme to the restaurant in terms of the wines that you offer in terms of what gets me there besides the food? Is there a wine program at work? Are there things unique to your program that make people want to go, you know, I love this dish on the menu, but man, they're pouring this by the glass right now.
Yeah, I think all of our wines by the glass have to be kind of food friendly. Our cuisine is very varied. Our, obviously our stuff's amazing, but they also have to have a certain flash and sort of gravitas to them. We want every time I pour something for somebody, I want them to go, ooh, that's good. I like that.
Are you your passions based in America, or are your wine passions based all over the planet?
Everywhere, as long as it's got this lovely sort of kind of gravitas, there has to be kind of a flash and flamboyance about the wines. When you're tasting by the glass, you have 5 seconds to find out if you like it or not. So the wines should be aromatic, they should be just somewhat kind of modern and sort of flashy by the glass, based on where we are geographically. I think if we were in a different area, we would be buying different wines. But I think here, especially if they're old world, they should be a little bit more modern, a little bit more kind of intense and generous and kind of, again, flamboyant.
So that was like a 2-minute explanation of 5 seconds of pleasure. Is that what you're telling me?
20 seconds.
20 seconds, thank you. It's the best 20 seconds of my life, I'm sure. Let's talk about by the glass, by the way. Everybody walks into restaurants, there are wines offered by the bottle and by the glass. What is really the difference?
What is the difference between something by the glass and by the bottle?
Yeah, why? Why would you choose a wine by the glass or by the bottle?
I don't really know. I mean, I think it's different for each guest that comes in. What's the experience that you're looking for? I think by the glass program really allows us to match something to the cuisine a little bit more precisely than something by the bottle. But we can't offer some things by the glass. It's just cost prohibitive. No.
Have you been playing with the VinCore or anything else to expose your clientele to maybe wines that can be preserved for a longer period of time as a by the glass offering than traditionally?
We were actually one of the first in the country to start using it. So we've been.
How do you know this for a fact?
Because we.
That sounds like a bullshit stat to me.
It is not bullshit. We were brought it before anyone else. So I think it was Del Posto and then Press Club, and then we got it after that. So we were one of the first 10. So we're pretty excited about that. But we've been using it for a long time, so it's definitely opened up kind of the world of what we can work with. But it's still, there's some things about it that we need to make sure we still manage. So we only offer wines with it that are about 10 years old. We don't go too much older than 10. And we want young corks. We want producers who change corks very often. Working with Corvin, we learned more about cork producers than we have ever before because the integrity of the cork has to work. So we check every single cork that we work with.
You can always tell a red wine producer when they taste about 10 seconds worth of white wine and move immediately into the reds. Sean Larkin, thank you very much for being here tonight. Hey, Sean Larkin! I'm so far, as a random observer, I'm not seeing a lot of pleasure in the three of them tonight. I'm not seeing a lot of smiles or like, oh my God, I must have that happen to me again.
With a quick amount of time, though, and these bright lights, it really does feel more like an interrogation.
Would you say the atmosphere of your restaurant has more of a halo effect on your wine program?
A halo effect. Yes, I would definitely say sort of angelic and elegiac.
You're saying average wine tastes better in a great environment?
I would, sure. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Are you guys wine here only, or do you have liquor as well?
Wine tastes better and worse in a bad environment?
Well, shouldn't a great wine taste good no matter what?
No.
Is there something you could do to a great wine to make it not taste great?
I don't like Metallica. If I listened to Champagne and drink Metallica, I probably wouldn't enjoy it.
I'm mentioning this because on my drive down here tonight, the first thing that popped into my head was we don't talk enough about the correlation between music and wine. Is there a certain music that you associate with certain kinds of wine?
When I do the pairings for the menu, when we sit down and we taste, we open a couple of bottles, we have a couple demos of the same dish, we sit down in our office, we don't listen to the music that I normally listen to, we change to Claude Debussy, we change to Enrico Morricone.
Why'd you bring up Metallica? Are you a hater?
I don't listen to that kind of music.
Why not?
Because I go to gay bars.
Oh my God, they don't play Metallica at gay bars
Anymore.
Why do you think they call it a ballad? So there's no such thing as a heavy metal gay bar in San Francisco. Is that what you're telling me, right?
Probably is one, but I would not go there. Look at me.
Excellent. So what music do you associate with your white wine flight tonight?
Oh, that's good. What's in the flight? Brian picked up.
You actually have no idea what you're pouring tonight, be honest.
I know one of them.
Like about pouring flights like this is sort of rise and fall, and we often talk about.
Do you actually know what's being poured tonight?
I have no idea. I did honestly.
On the way here tonight, or was there some thought that went into it?
No, there was no thought, nothing.
He started this 2 days ago.
All the straws.
Yeah, I think there is I think, we do listen to a lot of classical music. I don't know any classical producers, but Jordan's very into it, so we listen to a lot of it in the office while we taste, and I think one of the things we talk about is sort of rise and fall in wines, and like in music and in a dining setting. Mostly it's Swedish death metal. That's what I'm into.
Is that having an effect on the dessert program?
I think it's having an effect on everything, including my IQ. Should have brought a Magnum. Why didn't we bring the Magnum?
That actually is the theme of tonight's show is I should have brought a Magnum. Anybody can buy wine in $3.75 and $7.50, but Magnum is really the new $7.50. It really is.
I thought her name was Tina.
Again, the tasting panel is just not a happy group of people tonight, are they? Like, you're just not getting this exuding, like, God, I'm so proud and happy to be here tonight vibe from them, are you?
Yeah, that's the Swedish death metal.
Yeah. Actually, I think Brian on the right was working the flag on Highway 29 at one point today, and now he's here.
Yes.
Yeah. What goes best with asphalt, Brian?
This wine right
This
here.
one right here.
Kind of exactly where our minds are.
Really? I like that one.
What's your favorite wine on the planet?
Champagne.
Yeah, that's
Outstanding. Any particular house?
Oh God, all of them?
Wow, that's a bold statement, man. Way to not commit to an answer.
Politician. Oh no, we like Andre Clouet, we like Ayala, we like Philippinat, we like Viamar, we like Krug, of course. We like a lot of small growers. We have 5 pages of growers on the menu, so we love champagne.
What is the hardest thing about acquiring a great wine by the glass program in the Napa Valley?
Ooh, that's tough. Finding purveyors, being able to actually source good wine is actually kind of tough here in California. What's the hardest thing about California, from any other market I've worked in, is that we actually, not only do you have to work with a distributor or a broker, but you also have the winery, and then you have all of these friends and all of these avenues who are regulars at your restaurant who you want to show support to. And it's really difficult to kind of the hardest thing you have to do is adhere to your constituency. Who is your guest? And make sure that, you're my dearest friend, and while I may love you, wine A is not what my guest drinks. That's tough. It's super tough.
What are you? They are actually. Does anybody? Is it no longer called the Heimlich for a reason? Yeah, because of the giggling. Yeah. What made you open the restaurant?
The key?
Nice. We have a realist. We have a realist here this evening. What were you doing before then that made you really feel like that offering the local constituency your view of the restaurant and wine industry was something that you needed to share?
I've been in the restaurant industry pretty much all my life. A couple hospitality industry, yeah. Yeah, I think for us it's in our blood. We would not be doing anything else. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't stand out on Highway 29 with holding the flag all day. This man is.
How long have you been open?
Well, we're closed today.
Good talk.
Good talk.
So as exciting as this all is, you can't have it right this very second.
Yeah. So we've been open, what, 5 years now? 5 years. That's all you get.
We were a tasting bar and lounge for the first 3 years, and then I joined the restaurant, 2.5 years ago now, and oversaw the construction of the kitchen and all of the changes, and then a year ago, we brought in a new chef and a whole new team and really kind of revamped the whole place.
Bottled up is in the car for a week.
So I just joined the restaurant a year ago.
A year ago?
Yeah.
In what capacity?
I started off as a server, and now I'm the floor sommelier for the restaurant.
Outstanding. And yet you do
Yes, I'm the restaurant director and the wine director, basically. Wear both hats. And then Brian does more of the day-to-day, really managing of the wine program.
Brian, what do you love in the world? What if you could build a wine program that would be your absolute heart and passion, what would it look like?
It'd look exactly like the one we have now.
Really?
I think it is. Absolutely.
Is that the look on the face you're used to seeing in your customers?
Absolutely. Yes, I don't have.
Yes. So sorry. You actually purchased something, you're still a guest. That's right. Yeah.
You were invited for this transaction.
I gotta stop.
That was a wonderful display of job security.
I'm just saying, man, you know?
This is the anniversary of the Napa Earth.
Oh my goodness, that's right. The one thing we forgot about tonight's show is how did 1313 Main Street survive the earthquake a year ago?
You know, it was actually, it's an odd thing to say, it was devastating. Of course, it was kind of beautiful in a weird sense. So I live 2 blocks from the restaurant, and the day of the earthquake, of course, I woke up, I jumped out of bed, and I just did the thing. I threw on shorts and I sprinted to the restaurant. I didn't have a shirt on. I ran barefoot. I got to the restaurant.
Hang on a second. No shirt, no shoes, no socks. Were you actually fully naked?
No, I was wearing shorts.
Why?
I'm from Hawaii. That's normal.
Thank you. Please.
Yes. So I got there by 4:30, about 4:30, and before 5 o'clock, my entire staff I didn't call anybody, I didn't send a text message. Every single person who was on my payroll, except for him because it was his first day, showed up.
Because they wanted to see the naked guy running through Napa.
Well, everyone does.
Comes to work most days.
Really?
Yes.
Is there a form you can fill out if that makes you uncomfortable?
4 o'clock. That's when we open.
Is there an aggressive HR department there?
He is HR.
It's nice to meet you. I'm HR.
That is actually probably the first requisite of being employed.
Was that your first earthquake?
My first. No. I'm from San Diego.
Okay, what was your first earthquake then?
Geez, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I've been in California.
Is that because you're a heavy drinker?
Probably. I don't remember a lot at this point. No, I've been in California most of my life.
Are we tasted? Are we scored? Have we pens down?
Pens down.
Wow. Was that your first earthquake?
I didn't bring
That
out
was
the
my first
calculator.
earthquake. Yeah, never been in an earthquake before.
Wow. Sean Larkin, what was the first earthquake you've ever been in?
Probably here.
Really? Which year?
Oh, I had to be about before my son was born, 10 years ago.
10 years ago. That was your first shimmy.
It was a good one.
Did everybody use the same line? Did the earth move for you?
Yeah.
Damascus, first earthquake for you?
A year ago.
A year ago? That was it?
I'm a good sleep. I don't know. I've been here 13 years as of August 19th, and that's the first one that.
So you can sleep through pretty much anything? Is that what you're telling us?
Maybe. No. I don't know. No. Actually, yeah.
I hear that's an acquired skill after a while.
There's probably an earthquake in her bed every night.
Maybe. I hope so.
That's great, baby. Just don't try to wake me up. Yeah. Brian, first earthquake.
I'm born and raised here, man.
Yeah?
So 5, I think it was, when I recollect. I fell off my bunk bed. Fell
Every
asleep.
day he wakes up.
No problem.
Nice. And where did you grow up when you were 5?
Oh, dude, The Northridge earthquake was the one that hit, I was living in Van Nuys at the time.
Van Nuys,
All the way
yeah.
down to beach. But yeah,
Nice, man. I know, right?
not worries.
Yeah. Are we due for the next big one?
I don't care. Make it happen. Got a surfboard, make it happen.
So, Sean Larkin, far left. Tell us a little bit about Larkin. What is it like to be Sean Larkin in the wine industry, my man? Like your palate and wines that you drink, like where are we at these days?
You
Are you loving anything differently now than you used to? Are you drinking different wines?
No, like, I enjoy the challenge every year, trying to get the best Cab Franc and trying to beat that one, the prior vintage. And you always think about it, like, you never know what that wine's gonna be like. You know, whether Parker gave it like 92 points, you never know what that next vintage is gonna be like until it's bottled, you know?
Are you encouraging farmers to plant Cab Franc in areas you think are going to rock, or are you still taking what other people have grown and just trying to make the absolute best you can?
No, I'm just trying to find the best Cab Franc out there, you know?
Parker's here this week. Are you nervous?
It's here tomorrow. Tasting tomorrow.
You can hear the theme music in the valley, can't you, man?
So I was in Bushon the other night, and they just put my 2013 on the wine list, and that would be my 15th vintage
Wow.
on that wine
Round of
list.
applause for Larkin Cellars, guys. 15 vintages.
15. I had to do some maths, you know.
Is Larkin currently on the wine list at 1330?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Very uncomfortable for you right now, isn't it?
I gotta talk to him later.
I called it first.
No, I call it Christ. Is it empty or full?
I brought a bottle for you.
It's empty now.
Okay.
Mine are already opened up far.
I dumped my bottle. Y'alls.
Y'alls.
I'm not.
Domestic, what's going on with you these days, man?
Actually, speaking of, just spent the day setting up for 250 wines, Martin Scott portfolio tasting with Parker in the morning. We'll be there bright and early for breakfast. Some awesome Napa cows, also some unusual labels. But my glory day was, I remember the first time I bought this guy's wine, and it was on my wine list, and I was a half bottle maven back then in New York City, and his Cab Franc was one of my favorite finds. I've always been a Cab Franc fan, even if it's Chinon or New World when it's done right, and absolutely, I remember that fondly.
Has Napa Valley
Dug it.
redefined Cab Franc's potential? Is it great?
I think a Cab Franc potential has always been there. It's been dictated by history, but in Napa, I think it's finally just maybe arriving that people are doing some more creative work with it like he is. They're not afraid to make those left and right bank choices in their wine blends. I love Franc only when it's done right. I think people pick it too early or don't blend it out enough, but up on Spring Mountain where Justin is, I think we've got some prime examples of Cab Franc.
Other than Bordeaux and California, is there any other places in the world for Cab Franc?
Absolutely, right? I mean, down in South Africa, South Africa.
I don't know, I'm just
grows
asking if
them,
you found the
and,
Cabernet Franc you love as
Chile. No, I prefer those two regions. I find it too peppery for me. Otherwise, it's just my palate, but it definitely exists in a lot of places.
Oh, shit. Talk to me, Cubby.
My man. Why are you here tonight? How did you wander into the show?
I don't know, they had a cattle prod and they shoved it up my butt, and here I
You
am.
know, you get talked into it just because Didier has a French accent?
true, I
What
know,
is it, man?
right?
What got you here tonight?
Yeah, my nipples started sagging. I felt good. Look at
Wait a
those.
minute, where's the battery? Yeah, cable?
right?
There you go, man. We're gonna have to
Over
employ that at
just
some point.
consistent with what you're
All right,
Okay.
I'm
all
not.
right. So we're gonna start talking about the unveiling, about your favorites and your.
Those are the first three. You got them?
Yeah,
So what, we're gonna put them back on the table here. Oh man,
Did that.
it's not a
cat.
ToutSuite show unless you have an epic cable trick, man. You know, yeah.
Some pre-order scores. The first one we'll be revealing is wine E.
E?
E.
Are you going red first?
no, it's from least favorite to favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, the least favorite?
So Sean, you didn't like it.
What are you throwing me under the bus?
What was wrong with this?
What are you fucking throwing me under the bus for?
Yeah.
Do you want a reminder? Why are we in it?
I'm not going back there.
Wine E. You didn't like it. What was wrong with that? Do you know what it was, or any guess?
Well, my scores were a little lower because I didn't know it was 1 to 6. I thought they were all 1 to 3.
It's why we kept inviting you back, Sean.
Ah, but, I think we had the same problem the last time. All right, well, E.
Did you show up on the short yellow bus today, Sean?
Who's my last favorite?
I don't think, E was not my least favorite.
That was a
But
really
D was.
politically
We
correct
come back to D,
statement.
but I'm not why you always. So what was wrong with E?
I don't know, what is it?
All right. Brian, you like the E?
Huh?
You like E most than anybody else.
Yeah, but it was my least favorite by and far.
I know, but so what? Do you know what? Were you into what kind of wine that was, or?
It reminded me of a dirty Spaniard, so I don't know. That's- what?
It's here, you got it right here.
Was?
No, of this one I knew.
Do you finish it? Do you finish
Not one I
domestic?
drank, maybe licked, but what?
Do you finish domestic or?
Oh, hell no.
No. What country you
Because you
finish?
didn't take the capsule off. I'm just saying.
Okay, let's reveal it.
Right, reveal E.
No, it's a fine Rioja.
Thank you.
What is it?
It's a fine Rioja.
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 So you 70 said by the glass?
This is by the glass.
Why Rioja? Why not the Petaluma Gap or the domestic Tempranillo?
Because what I love about Rioja, how it has the red fruit that people I think tend to sort of love from Cabernet. It has kind of red fruit, has tannin, it's kind of gritty and dark and graphite-y, but it also has the kind of light body that you expect from Pinot. So it's a red wine you can drink in the summertime, but it's also got a ton of acidity. And also the Americano kind of, I think for our palates that we have in Napa Valley, it can be very nice for someone who wants to venture into the old world, but still want to have a foot in the new world, especially with the high degree of Americano that
Nice.
that Napa uses.
What would you recommend for somebody that wants to have 2 feet in the new world?
Parador.
No. Steve, that was just for you, baby.
Next one will be revealing is wine D, and I'm going to start with Stephanie. So Stephanie, you don't like it too much, and
Maybe with some vanilla ice cream on a root beer float, I could get away with a nose. But for me, it's aromatics. I got so much sassafras. I kept going back and forth with it though, because the more interesting it became. It's super light. I liked the fact that it was light. The nose was just my biggest challenge. I started off with 3s and I crossed off and go to 1s. I would do it with food, but on its own, it was just a really complex, smelly wine for me.
what country? What country?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It felt like a little Beaujolais-esque, maybe like a Brie, France. I don't know. It was really light, old world.
Okay, Sean, what do you think? You ate it.
Take it easy. I'm trying to sell the guy some wine.
Why are you so angry tonight, Sean?
I'm kind of thinking some kind of Pinot,
Sorry, Pinot.
which I don't like,
Brian, you,
Some kind of Pinot which I don't like. Is that what you said? Yeah.
Brian, you kind of like it.
I kind of really like it, actually.
Yeah. Tell us why. And what do you think it is?
It just reminds me when I was at wine inspector a million years ago, and we used to get the old school, it was a long time ago, 20 plus years ago, kids. But this was, just remind me of that bandity, barnyardy, Pinot-y.
it's actually opened up.
Yeah.
A bit better.
Let's
That's what it needed.
Let's read those
to
D.
keep the hell out of it, but I loved it.
Boom.
Funky. Some kind of Pinot-like, right?
This is Bouchard, and I personally love Bouchard. This is what's special about this is one, it's 2006, and we're really privileged. Both the Vino Cabillo is 2006. We just moved into 2005, 2006, but this is 05, and we have 06. So to be able to pour wines that are 9 years old by the glass for less than $16, I think is really exciting. But this is what's special about Bouchard. Their Clos de la Mousse is their monopole, so no one else produces it. It's small, I believe it's 3 hectares. But to pour Burgundy by the glass, number 1, for less than $16 a glass is really exciting, and that's actually stellar Burgundy. What I love about Bouchard is when I was in Hawaii, I had the pleasure of doing a tasting where I was in this group where we would taste old wine all the time. We would taste 71 Bordeaux, we would taste 71 Champagne. We did a tasting of a 60.
You're making this up right now, aren't you?
No. 61. I'm trying to remember because I was really drunk.
It seems to be a theme with you.
I'm a sommelier. So we did a 61 Burgundy, but we did a 61 Corton, or 61 Latache from DRC. We did 61 Corton from Prince de Merode, and 61 Corton from Bouchard. And we did it twice because we thought there's a lot of bottle variation. And the 61 Bouchards were really remarkable. So for me, Bouchard from Beaune is someone who ages remarkably well, but still maintains integrity and acidity and vibrancy. It's really beautiful.
How do you explain the snapshot in time when you were trying to describe the difference between New World and Old World wines? Because New World wines are going to show you all of their love in the first, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. How are you by the glass, or even culturally in a restaurant, how are you talking about the European reveal?
Well, even when we're buying Old World wines, we buy, again, flashy, flamboyant Old World wines. I think when you work with, Lopez de Ethia, it's flashy, it's flamboyant, it's still kind of generous, and we work with generous vintages. Jean-Louis Chave, they make wonderful Côte de Rhônes, but we still buy the kind of, truthfully, the slutty, aromatic, really juicy Côte de Rhônes. We don't buy a lot of the reserve, we leave that to the city. We're in Napa Valley, so we want to have the same sort of intensity and kind of generosity and flamboyance that.
Comparing the Napa Valley to being slutty?
Sure.
Okay. Good talk.
That's all what I am.
Next one, we're revealing.
1313's reservation book's just filled up, by the way.
So we get to A now, and Sean, you don't care for it? Brian, you like it?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that a theme so far?
That was your favorite too.
We?
So why, tell us about it. You guess it very
It's just, I'm into white wines more than ever now, and it's just got this nose that I find intriguing, and I just keep going back to it and back to it, and yeah, it's part of the joy of, I think, wine tasting and then wine consumption. It's great.
What do you think it is?
I'm gonna say like a Chenin Blanc. That kind of thing.
Stephanie,
But
you
ruby.
concur? You
Yeah,
like
we
it?
were going in that direction for sure. Grüner Veltliner.
Grüner.
Oh!
That's delightful.
All right, that's an official geek warning for those of you out there. A Gruner on your By the Glass program.
Always. Always. That's a
Absolutely. Graham's become a good friend of the restaurant. We're pouring his Baron Auslese Riesling with our tasting menu right now, and he's supplying us right from his own personal stash of these wines. I love them. I love these Old World varietals done in New World sites that are cool. They have a little bit more fruit, a little more flash to them, as we have talked about.
Tell them why Graham is exciting. Graham is one of the coolest winemakers in Napa Valley, in Santa Barbara County and not California. Why is Graham?
We're the coolest.
Well, I think he and I hit it off because we were both English majors in college, and I think we come to wine with that sort of sensibility. Graham made his first wine at 18, and I believe it was in Austria. So he's been in the wine business and at the wine game for a little bit now. He's about my age. So.
What's his last name?
Tadamar.
Oh, that's.
So Graham, he's actually mentored by like Seth Kunin, and he worked at Brewer Clifton as the assistant winemaker for a long time. He's incredibly young. He's like 31, 32 now, and he's immensely talented. He worked in Austria at Emmerich Knoll, which is, if you know Austrian Gruner Veltliner, is one of the top 3 producers. The top 3, I think, are Prager, Pichler, and Knoll. Although Knoll is the most kind of more broad and more rich and intense and kind of lavish and opulent style of Gruner Veltliner. So Graham came to Santa Barbara County, ripped out all the Pinot and Chardonnay in these vineyards, and wanted to work with Gruner Veltliner. And I think, unparalleled, no one makes as good of Riesling or Gruner Veltliner in the Old World style as Graham does.
He wasn't doing this for the money.
He's not making any money. Look at him. He wears like the same shirt every time I see him.
Yeah, right.
I'm not even like.
Is that a bad thing?
Why I'm wearing the
Sean just wants to know. He's concerned.
It was a little spritzy when it first opened,
It is, and that's because that's the Knoll style. There's a bit of CO2 in
and
the
then
wine.
it's kind of
Yeah.
calmed down a little.
We missed the retail points on these wines, if you don't mind going back. I
The
know.
retail points on these, this wine would sell, the Tatomer, give me 1 second, is, that'd probably retail less than 25, maybe more like 20.
What?
Yeah, fantastic price point. What? This is, we pour this by the glass for
I put
12 to
22,
14.
Brian, I can't believe I just paid $45 retail for that wine.
The Lopez de Ethia that you have, retail would have, the Rioja would have been about 22.
Oh, wow.
The Bouchard you had would be 25. Yeah, all of these are really value wines. I think that, again,
That we charged 25, why'd I pay 35?
what's that?
That Cal wine.
What's that?
I paid 35.
Calwines.com.
Well, because Calwine gets 6 bottles and I get like 60. Come see me. No, I don't do the pricing.
Let's go to the next one here. We're gonna go to F, and Sean, you liked it.
Sean like the wine! Yeah!
That's when you figured out the grading.
Tell us about it.
That was my last one.
Sean, is your palate dead these days, or what's going on?
I did like it, you know?
What do you think it was?
I like the color, I like the texture, I like the oak on it. I'm thinking some kind of Spanish wine too, you know? Or maybe French, but
Spaniard.
not California.
It's a Spaniard.
Sure. Well, what about, no, Stephanie loved it.
I thought it was, I wouldn't, there's a difference between loving it and I thought it was.
And just going home with them for a night, I understand, yeah.
Exactly, I know. Molly Madsen. I thought it was a really, really interesting wine. I felt like it almost had like American, like a Cab Franc, Merlot Cab Franc varietals in it, but maybe not from here. So more going back to either, again, Old World Spain or even Medoc or something like that. But I felt some American oak, which I don't know, I'm kind of allergic to it.
Aged cellars.
Page salad.
I'm sorry, are you allergic to the wine or just the American oak? I'm sorry.
American oak.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Yeah, if my nose starts swelling, get the EpiPen.
It was delicious, but I broke out. I'm just saying, yeah.
Brian?
I didn't like it.
Yeah. White.
I mean, it's true to form for, I think, what it is, but I'm gonna tell you, it's like, it smelled like the grapes got too ripe too quick for me. It did not have a slow ripening thing, it got ripe quick. Because there's still some green notes in it that were a little obscure.
Let's reveal F.
F.
Leaking through the bottle, it's so hot on here. Oh, crap.
Survey says.
P.O. Oh, it is POV from Stinsky. What? Right on.
Robert Sinsky. Wow.
Oh, God, Bobby.
So what's the blend?
It changes every year, but it's always Merlot. This vintage is Merlot and Cabernet Franc dominant, and of course Cabernet Sauvignon is always about a third of the blend. But it's Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot Franc, and then a Cabernet Sauvignon after that.
So thinking of the Sinsky style, is Pyrazine a bad thing?
No, I don't think Pyrazine's a bad thing at all. I think Pyrazine is actually
is this?
important for ageability and for, you know, it's a wonderful conversation that
For those of you at home, Pyrazine, green notes, all of the younger pick, more lively flavors instead of that super ripe, over-the-top Uber style.
We do this thing at the restaurant a lot where when we have winemakers come in, because there are quite a few winemakers and sommeliers that join us at the restaurant, we love to just pull corks on cool bottles and have random discussions about things. But what I think is really exciting is the Pyrazine discussion. Because especially in a lot of sort of older world wines, you know, we opened some wines recently from the 60s and from the 70s. And when you think about those times, and we sort of, there's kind of this nostalgia for the way these wines age and the acidity they have and how they kind of dealt with this wonderful green menthol-y flavor, whatever the development is. We think about, we didn't have in the 60s temperature-controlled fermentation. We didn't have we didn't have ways to manage phenolic ripeness in the vineyard and measure them truthfully.
Safe sex.
We didn't have safe sex. Well,
Sanitation.
wow, I don't even know.
People showered very frequently.
Yes, I'm lost.
Coupons.
But my whole point is,
Commuter lanes.
didn't really have ways to manage those things. So when we discuss Pyrazine and we discuss can wines be sold today without Pyrazine, maybe they can't. Maybe they should have them, maybe they shouldn't for the daily consumer. But if you want to consume them in 15 years and 20 years and 30 years, I think Pyrazine is very important. And I don't think it's correct to say that because it has Pyrazine, it's a bad wine. I think that means it's going to be a wonderful wine. If you taste Latour from 1967, which is a shitty vintage, did it have Pyrazine in 1967? Absolutely. Sorry, I feel very strongly about it.
Well, no, you touch on an important subject, which is, are we drinking wines differently now, and are wines being made differently now?
We definitely are. Most Burgundy is consumed too young, most Bordeaux is consumed too young, and I don't think that's right or that's wrong, but I think that's, if you want to drink wine really young that doesn't have Pyrazine, there should be producers you go to. If you want to drink wine that does have Pyrazine or that's going to age well, but you want to drink it maybe 20 or 30 years, then there's producers you go to. I think that Sinsky's wines, yes, they do have Pyrazine and they have wonderful acidity and they have a kind of a light body and leanness, but I think they age remarkably well. Just the other day, I sat down on the floor with my dog and had 01 Vandal Cabernet Franc from Sinsky, and it was delicious.
We're gonna keep going after the reading of the
I'm
wine.
confused by the dog introduction, but we'll keep going.
Next one, we're gonna go with B. And Sean, again, lowest, and Stephanie, you loved it.
Which one?
Carrot.
Which one?
B.
B.
Technically, did Sean like any wine he was poured tonight?
Not compared to the other one.
B wasn't that bad.
So,
Keep in mind, I was rating on a 1 to 3.
B.
Yeah, the fact that he got into a double digit at all is pretty impressive.
We know that's the highest you can count, Sean. We try to keep it simple for you.
I thought it was a really interesting wine, that lees component. I love white wine. I drink a lot of white wine. I think wine all the time, white wine every day. And so anyway, I just love the complexity to it, lots of layers. It seemed young and fresh. It still had that lees complexity, so I dug it. I thought it was cool.
Sean, what was the issue with this one here?
Very similar to A.
All right, so enough said.
I like Sean. I teach everybody to poo-poo everything. That way it seems like you have a very learned opinion. Yes, and only drink Merlot.
Brian, what do you think of this one here?
I like it because it is lean. I mean, I'm kind of over.
Because it's free. We know, Brian.
Amen to that, right? But no, I like it because it is lean. It just has that there's like this kind of like peroxide kind of finish to it that I actually enjoy for some
I'm
reason.
sorry, what kind of finish?
Peroxide kind of.
Peroxidity?
Peroxide.
You were all here for
Yes.
the formation of a brand new word, actually, in the lexicon. Proxidity.
Peroxide.
Proxidity.
Peroxide, yes.
Make sure to hit the I. Yeah.
Let's reveal that.
There's really
B, right?
Nobody knows.
Albarino.
I like this.
At California Albarino.
If there's a wine that's better suited for California cuisine in the white wine world than Albarino, I have not met it.
This is Brian.
Yeah, I would agree. This and maybe the Gruner Veltliner.
Where's it grown?
So this is from the Bokish Vineyard in Lodi. Evan Fraser.
You said Lodi. Yeah, it was Central Valley, Albarino.
I had this in today.
The wine has a California appellation.
But
Which means it was blended with Chardonnay from where?
No. This is actually really special, and I'm very excited about this one. This is a new discovery for
Is
us.
California appellation that means people that won't disrespect Lodi? Or is California meaning it's blended with things that can't require a certain appellation on the bottle?
Lodi's tough, and it's up to people like Randy Caporoso and people who are really there spreading the sort of gospel of Lodi. Lodi is a really wonderful appellation, and the Bokish Vineyard is the best vineyard for Iberian variety, Iberian varietals. Absolutely, it's unparalleled.
And this comes from a really great pedigree. Evan Fraser's the general manager there at Consgard.
$15.
Evan Fraser from.
See, and I would have paid double. I liked it.
So I think they know a thing or two.
But it's interesting.
Consgard.
I've had
You may have
Albaros
heard
from
of that.
California that cost.
White wine every once in a while.
Once in a while. So I think they.
What does Evan Fraser do for Consgard?
He's their general manager, so
Wine company.
he knows a little bit.
Who did you say owns this?
This is made by Evan Fraser. So everyone knows that, maybe not everyone, but the Consgard Albarino is obviously kind of golden egg of the Northern California wine industry. People love the Consgard Albarino. It commands a high price.
It's a high price.
I won't go into that because I don't sell it, but it's a wonderful Albarino. No, but I don't know. I don't have an invoice for it, so I can't speak to it intelligently.
What's a high price?
The Kongsgaard Albarino.
Over 50, over 60?
Over 60.
It is over 60.
For a
Yes,
house
it is
bottle?
over 60 for a bottle. Now, this is made by, as Brian was just saying, Evan, who is the GM at Kongsgaard. So if he's the GM at Kongsgaard, clearly he knows what's going on at Kongsgaard and making Albarino. So this Albarino coming in from the general manager at Kongsgaard, and we're selling this for $12 a glass right now, and this is on Cal Wines, and Cal Wines price is retail for, what, $18, $19 a bottle? That's,
By the way, you get credit for saying the word Consgard the most times in an interview.
I'll say it more, Kongsgaard.
Consgard? Consgard.
John's lawyers will be in touch later today, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
All right, last one.
Okay, let's review the last one now.
Is this the favorite?
And yes, it is.
Oh my God, are you going to be embarrassed when you pull this out of the bag? You go.
I'm.
Survey says, are you nervous right now, Stephanie? You look
Am I
really nervous,
unveiling
man.
it, or you want me to say something
Oh,
on
yeah, you
it?
should totally, but tear it open. Don't just do it slowly, like
do it
just
with my
tear it.
teeth?
Yeah, just, yeah. Gentle's not good sometimes.
Viognier. It's yummy. You could smell this wine all day. Where's Monica? Monica. Yeah. Condoro, kind of? Yes. You'll love this wine. It's everything it should be. Viognier in the glass.
Oh, we're going on camera. We have a guest. We have a guest appearance.
Do you smell this? do you just want to take this home? with
It's
us
a
and
guest
couple more
nose.
night?
Where is it in your glass?
Smell that, and is that not Vatican France?
Okay, we've had
Fix the glass.
fourth party confirmation.
Aromatic wine, beautiful.
If I love floral, can I have a sip?
Oh, you'll get the bottles, I was drinking it.
Cuiron, from the Rhone Valley. This comes from just outside of Condrieu, so almost basically Condrieu,
babe.
kind of a baby Condrieu from the village of Chabanais. And I think these are delicious wines. They're bright and aromatic and floral, and they have sort of a, they almost smell sweet but taste dry.
I do teach people to deal with the sulfur of Condrieu.
What's that called?
No, it's just.
I have to teach people.
Really, you don't have the bottle shock or the craziness of Condrieu.
These wines, I don't think you should have to teach people how to enjoy a
I
wine.
say Condrieu is funky when you open it, and she takes a while to get pretty. She's right out of the gates pretty.
You need this in your glass then.
Yeah.
No. Cuiron is a benchmark, is a golden egg, is one of the golden standards of what Viognier is. And for us, I think we're very excited and very, you're right, yes, more. We're very excited to offer this. I think this is an incredible wine, and you don't often see Cuiron by the glass, nor do you see Cuiron in an approachable price point. Cuiron,
What does it pair best with on your menu?
I love this right now with our sturgeon that we have. We do this wonderful sturgeon that's wrapped in a very thin, crispy brick dough, which is reminiscent of phyllo dough.
I'm sorry, wrapped in a crispy what?
Brick dough.
Brick dough.
Yeah, it's like phyllo. And then underneath is going to be a melange of cauliflower, different colors with broccoli romanesco from our garden. We sauteed all in
Our garden?
yes, we have 2 gardens within walking distance. One is out on our garden, on our property, and one is within 5 blocks of the restaurant. So we walk every day and pick everything fresh.
Wow.
Some of our produce, aside from potatoes and, what else can't we grow? Potatoes, cabbage.
Weed.
Well, we can.
Oh, is your license up to date?
Well, I have the card, so that's fine. That's like 10 plants, right? 10 plants per card? How many cards do we have?
And what is the price on this wine? Retail or?
Retail, this is actually probably the most expensive, this is the most expensive wine we pour today. This is going to be $28 retail.
Nice.
We pour this for $17 a glass.
I've actually been to this vineyard. Yep. He's a very good friend of
I
mine.
don't know.
So of the wines, of the 6 wines that we tried tonight, what is the average price per glass at
I like-
1313?
That was my most favorite white,
It was, it got to 11.
you know.
All things
Wow.
considered.
Well,
Out of three, by the way.
he's on the
Yeah.
better scale, so we went the distance with that
Keep
way.
in mind, I was on the 1 to 3 scale. I missed the 2 6s, you know.
But price point wise, of these 6 wines, what do they average by the glass price at 1313?
I would say our average price by the glass is between $12 and $16.
$12 and $16 for a glass of wine. Well, folks, I got to tell you, Jordan, if there's anything closing comments you want to say about the flight of wine that you offered tonight and your panel of tasters, or anything you've experienced here, now would be the time to do it, because we're getting ready to wrap this show up. I can't thank you guys enough for not only bringing us the wine, but exposing it to the extremely intense tasting panel that you've seen. Take the word exposed, run with it, Jordan.
I already got my pants off.
You have to put them on first, Brian, to take them off.
I don't,
Jordan wasn't impressed, by the way.
I'm always impressed. It doesn't take much to impress me.
Anything you want to say in closing comments for the wine you've offered tonight?
No, I'm just happy to expose everyone.
Folks, thank you again for joining us for another episode of Tasting in the Dark. But wait a minute. Before we close the show out tonight, I thought there was an asterisk on tonight's show.
There is it the appropriate time, or are you gonna?
Now, there is an addendum to tonight's
Oh my God, Garrett, get out here!
Yes.
So for those of you that know, I've got a little business that has been thriving called Fly Wine, and we'll be doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you joining us, this is Garrett Onfeld. Hello.
So
He survived on looks over talent for years now, so Garrett, tell us a little something about yourself.
yeah.
I'm a fellow Napan here, been making wine for the last 11 years. Have a couple wine brands, family has Onfeld Wines, so Stephanie and I are really good friends, and we're about to embark on a new project together. So,
They're taking it,
oh man, I look like Grizzly Adams right now. I got yelled at by my wife this morning, so it's about to come off. It's my harvest beard, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, we're looking very forward to this new project.
So Garrett was kind enough to bring us some samples, and we're doing our final blend for the next Fly Wine, Tasteful by Fly Wine edition. And that's what I'm looking at. And so Garrett and I have come together to create 2 different mountainside cabs. I was lucky enough to work with this guy the first time around, and Garrett the second time around. And so what we're going to do now is everyone in the audience is going to blind taste, just like we did, both of the wines, and then you'll be tweeting your favorite or responding back to social media about whether or not you want option 1 or option 2 to go into the very first Tasteful by Fly Wine Traveler. And then all of you out there, we're looking for a name. So respond, use the hashtag Tasteful Traveler, and you could be the lucky recipient of Fly Wine for a year. Some sample names have been the kitchen sink, the party starter, and the amplifier, so get creative. And band sample 1 is going to be what?
How about no eye contact?
No eye contact, look down, just walk. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, what was your question?
So there'll be 2 samples. One will be the Mountain Veeder selection.
One mouth feeder and one Kumso.
Right.
Kumso Appellation.
So we'll be pouring around here, so take a look for those tweets, and you'll see some of the commentary. We'll be collecting everyone's commentary and marketing that, so get creative. All of you people out there, you're not off the hook yet. And hopefully you'll respond and come up with a great name for the next edition. Thank you.
Get some trouble.
Come on, y'all.
Come in now.
Come on.
Let's go. Move it. Amy, damn it. Come on, y'all. Let's do this.
Get on, come on. We're supposed to show.
Oh, Will.
Oh, sorry. I'm used to it.
Jordan, you're not on the hook. You gotta get in this thing.
Someone has to.
I need my glasses.